What's going on, visionaries? Welcome back to another video. So today we got new fish. Now actually I've already filmed this entire video, but I want to do a few things right before we actually unbox all the fish and make all these awesome setups. Now this is actually going to be a two-part video. This part I got 2 species of fish, but 4 fish in all. The first 2 fish, same species, are going to be done in this video. The next will be next video, and we got some crazy stuff planned for our our upcoming videos. So let's go upstairs, do a quick feeding, and then let's get on to today's video. Alright, so to start off, we actually redid the beta tank, but I can't show you guys yet. Pac-Man Frog's tank, and we actually named it Toad last video, if you don't know. So we got Toad, the Pac-Man Frog. But he's back here. He's way in the back, you might see him hopping around a little bit. So there he is. Hop off, buddy. There you go. So here's the little cricket, boom. Right there, boom. Oh, does he see it? Oh, he almost had him. All right, we got 2 crickets now. Here we go. There's one literally right there. He doesn't see it. Oh, he got him. Little reflex. Sometimes I blow on the crickets so he eats them, but he got that one. Here's one right here. Almost there. Pac-Man frogs like to move off, like to eat off movement, so if they're still, he probably won't go after it. Here we go, here we go. Oh, got him. There we go. There you go. So we're running at semi-low on crickets, so you'll just get 2 today. And then when I go to the store, I like to buy mealworms in 500 because I can feed them to now our Pac-Man frog, Toad, and Red, our bearded dragon. Let's see. Will he go after this? They've been in the fridge, the mealworms, so they're not as active. Alright, get a little extra calcium there. Yeah, he's moving. I think he'll get it. There he goes. There he goes. Now there's one more baby worm here I can dust with some calcium. Well, I mean, he had 2 mealworms and 2 crickets, so that should be good for him today. So I've got a few more animals around here, but I'll just do one feeding today because I know you all want to get to the video where they're feeding the fish. So let's go make the setup and then we'll unbox them. Now you can go see past David. See ya. Okay, everything's here. Alright, so I hope you all have like an intro to this video, but we got the fish. They literally just arrived in the mail. Before we do everything, I actually want to show you how I'm going to be setting this up in the pool pond because these fish are a little smaller and they'd get totally lost, possibly sucked into the pump because they're so small. So here's our entire thing. We got this, we got some rope, our drill, and we actually got a pool noodle right here. So the point of this is Paul Cafaro's actually done one like this, but with a waste basket. So what I'm going to be doing is actually drilling holes all in here. So there's water flow. Then what I'm going to do is drill holes and this up on the corners right here. Cut this pool noodle, use this rope, and weave it through so that this part's kind of going to look like this. So basically this is going to sit inside of the pool pond. So that noodle is going to help it float with it being right there. But you'll see how we do it. It's pretty cool. All right, so I cut this noodle to fit this side. We're gonna do another one of those. All right, we're gonna try to get a little one on each side, but we have 2 right here like this. And so I'm gonna be drilling holes in it, weaving the rope through so that it'll stay like this. All right, 2 holes done right here and here. It's gonna connect there. I'm gonna weave the rope through and I'm gonna tie a knot inside so that it stays. All right, it's all done. I'm gonna have to figure out either a more secure way to do these knots inside or like melt them together somehow. Now I'm just gonna have to drill a lot more holes, about, I'd say maybe this 1/4 inch right here. But this one is for a really cool bottom feeder, so you'll have to wait for my other fish next video, but I'm just gonna drill some holes in here so we get some water flow when they're in the pool pond. Alright guys, it's done. We got everything here. I'm probably going to double knot this and maybe like cut it short and burn the ends together. But I got some corners in the bottom holes, the bottom corners, just so if like poop wants to go out, it can. And I kind of shaved these sides down a little bit. That's why there's some scratches. Some of these are a little sharp, so I'm going to have to maybe do a little more sanding. But in all, this isn't a bad setup. And what I'm probably going to do is actually cut this top, because otherwise you could just put a piece of screen all along here, but that's a little more work. So what I'm gonna do is actually cut this out and then screen it like hot glue or something. And then I'm gonna have a little screen right there so you can sort of peek in. And if we're not able to peek in, we'll just undo the sides, take the top off. So I'll do that. Next time you see me, we'll either be unboxing the fish or just putting this in the pond. But either way, comment down below, what do you guys think we're gonna get right before we get into this? What do you think we're gonna get in this one? You might know by the title and thumbnail, but still comment below and let me know. Eventually, yes, these little things will get upgraded and then they'll move into maybe the pond right here and the pool pond once they get really big. But I'll keep doing this and sort of upgrading their enclosures when they get bigger. And if they happen to send me big ones and they need a bigger enclosure right now, I'll try to do that soon eventually. But let's go. All right, guys, so we got the unboxing. I got a little bucket here with water, of my pond water, which I'll be acclimating them to in a bag, and then do a little drip system so that they get acclimated to my pond water even better. And so we got the box here, we got some scissors, we got my big net, and actually got a GoPro running to where I'm gonna maybe have it up here to see things that you guys can't quite see yet. So if you wanna know, this is from Smart Fish Aquarium. They have an eBay store. I think they have like an online store. But these are the same people that told me the catfish that got infected the last time I bought fish online. But they were able to make it up to me, so I got 4 fish, two different species, two same fish, and this is actually an albino / platinum. The one that I'll be showing you today, this is gonna be split up into 2 episodes. This is part 1 to where I'll be showing you this setup. And here we go. So if you see, we got a nice little top view right here, and then these are cold water fish, which is always good. So this is a little view we get. I see 2 separate bags, so we're just gonna open this at the top. And so we got 2 separate bags, one with each species, and I'm only gonna be showing you today, which is these platinum catfish, channel catfish that we got. So as we open it, all right, these are actually really cool. All these fish are alive, which is really good. So I'm gonna show you the one that I can show you today. Next one will be next video, Friday, so don't worry. Here we go, very nicely packaged, very well. I do say that their packaging is always great, but 2 albino channel catfish. I bought these at 2 to 5 inches, and you guys can see on the GoPro that they're swimming. These ones, I'd say, one is about 4 inches, and then one's probably about 5, which is like the max size they sell. So here we guys go. This is it, the small 2 to 5 inch ones, and there you go. You get a good view right there. That's probably our smaller one, and we got a bigger one. So I think that's the big one. The smaller one is up next to it, as you can see right there. So actually, drop a name, pop a name, drop in a comment, name these 2 fish, or like a channel catfish gang. But yeah, these are 2 albino channel catfish. So they are going to be sitting in this bucket right here. Don't want to squish them. And what's great about the type of fish that I like to get is that I can pretty much only keep cold water fish, because heaters and everything to have huge exotic fish are just too expensive for me and my family. So with this pool pond idea, I can keep small fish without having to get another tank. With this idea, small fish in a big pond, still keep them outside. It's gonna warm up fairly soon, so they don't have the same freezing temperatures as we did a few months ago. And don't worry, you will see the 2 fish that are in this bin next video. Don't worry, they're actually almost cooler than these guys. I don't know how that's possible, but these are some pretty cool catfish. All right, so walking up over to the pool pond, this is it. It's looking real good. I'm always doing cleanings on this. We actually will be getting the tarp up. We have this, so we really just have to set to work, get the shade over this pond, and I put a new ion gen probe in there. We got a new one. What that does, I'll pop up a picture of what it looks like, but it basically, there's ions in algae, IONS. And that ion gen is a copper probe that actually gets rid of those ions that algae like to flourish on. So that should be doing some good. And this is it. I got it tied to the pole so it's not gonna move, but it's floating, and they got a solid maybe 20-30 gallons of water to swim in, and these guys will be upgraded soon. So what we're actually gonna do is I'm gonna pour a little bit of my water out. I'm gonna keep a tiny bit of my water so they get slightly acclimated, and there's not much water in this bag. So I'm gonna pop this open right now. All right, nice, thoroughly double bagged. And we're actually gonna be pouring them in this little bucket. And then we're gonna have a small tube siphoning water from my pond into there so that they get acclimated slowly. There isn't too much of a water temperature change, which is what you really wanna look out for. It's always good to do it. Otherwise, if you don't have a pond that you can acclimate to, because this water in here has to be higher than this, because that's just how siphoning works, you can just put this bag in the bucket. Like, technically, I could put these fish sitting right there for 15 minutes, but I want to put them in this bucket and drip acclimate them. So here we go. I'm just gonna put the top down and grab it by the end, and very lightly pour them in. All right, so there was a tiny bit of my water in here, which should be okay because they're near temperatures. I'm gonna get a little hose and siphon it. And here's the little top that I have. I cut it, you know, the hole, and then I'm just siliconing the edges of the screen to the bin. So this will have a top on it, the one for the catfish, very soon. Now you just need a little hose, just like this, like a little oxygenator hose. So I got one end of the hose there, and then this other end, I'm gonna have to there we go, just like this. This is kind of how a siphon works when you do water changes. But this way, we're adding very slowly, as you can see, water from my pond into the bucket. So in about 10 or 15 minutes, it'll raise up a few inches, and then they'll be acclimated to the water. Now it would be awesome if you guys could put a little comment down below. If you have any tips, if you've ever owned fish like this, just give me some tips down below, but really drop a name, drop a like for this video, because these are not cheap videos. These are very expensive for me. So if you can help me out in any sort of way, that would mean the world. But if you can drop down a little comment of what we should name these two albino, maybe have the word twins, like platinum, I don't know. If you want to drop a name for them too, or like a group name, then you can. So I'm gonna work on actually getting these other fish ready for our upcoming video, but you'll see the catfish in about 15 minutes when they're done acclimating. So for these catfish, I will be picking up a few stones. I'll make sure they're safe, nothing really bad on them. But with the fish almost done acclimating, I just want to put a few things in here to make it fill up some of the water, just so it doesn't look completely bare. And they're doing pretty good. Now these fish that I have upcoming for this next video actually like cold water and a lot of flow, if that gives you any hint about what they are. So that they're gonna have a bigger bin, and they're gonna be up there. Now if you're wondering, that's the bigger bin, like a 40-50 gallon bin, that these new fish that you guys will see next video on Friday, that's what they'll be in. All right, so since there's a lot of flow in this thing, I'm not expecting for these plants to stay in their proper positions at all, really. I actually can use some rocks and kind of hold them down. So this one I think kind of does float, but yeah, it only sinks if you put something on top of it. But they will have a whole top, so actually I'm gonna put this guy right over here on the side and just put a rock on top of it. So that's like a little bush they can sort of hide in. So soon I will get like a hide that they can go in, but I do not actually have one at this moment. But don't worry, but I think it's time to put these guys in, which is why at PetSmart I bought a big net. So let's see if we can get one of these guys in. It's a big net, which means it is kind of hard to grab some of them. So I'm just gonna kind of let them sort of swim into the net. I don't want to stress them out a whole lot, but they are really cool albinos and they appear to be very healthy. I don't see anything. Actually, what I'll do, I'll keep the net right here and I'll just grab one. All right, here's one. Okay, it's in the net there. We got him, guys. So they've been drip acclimating for maybe about 15 plus minutes. Here's one of our last good looks at him. So let's bring him up. All right, here we go. And he's in. Now we can do the same thing, but with this one's actually slightly smaller. All right, there he goes. Give him a sec. All right, in he goes. Now back here, they still get a good amount of flow over here by the pump, but I think they're gonna be doing fairly well. Now there they are. Now I had to make sure that they were big enough not to get in these holes. I think these are about 1/4 inch holes. And yeah, there we go. There's the big one. There's a small one. Put down a name. What should we name these guys below? But we'll get a little actual hide / cave for them soon, but this should be enough just, you know, for now. But looking pretty good. So the Bible verse of the day is popping up right here. I like to share my faith with you guys, and this is an easy way where I can do it. And the positive comment shout out. Boom, there you go. Lucky, a great video to be shouted out on. So if you want a little shout out like that, just put a positive comment in the comments below. So my name is David, this is Fishvisions, find your vision and follow. Be a visionary today and subscribe. I will see you beautiful people next video. Stay tuned, I love you all. Thank you.